Let's bring my panel, Page Research Centre Chief Executive Gerard Holland and columnist with The Spectator, also a former staffer of Tony Abbott's. They had a bit of a catch-up there. Terry Barnes. Gents, welcome. Greta Thunberg, I call her Gaza Greta now. She's in this Freedom Flotilla coalition on a mission to deliver aid and good tidings and all these things with a bunch of terrorists. I mean, I do think this is extraordinary, Gerard. I don't suppose they'd kill her. That'd be pretty bad PR. But what's this going to achieve?
Well, I mean, Peter, to be honest, it's performative activism. This group, they've done these kind of stunts back since 2007 and can actually get quite dangerous. Back in 2011, a couple of Turkish activists actually lost their lives. I mean, the UN are already providing aid into Gaza, and Greta, I don't think, is going to be the big difference here. But these kind of tactics are the way the radical left tries to wedge the debate in the community. They put their agent provocateurs into dangerous positions, try and provoke the authorities into enacting or silencing or stopping them, and then that makes international headlines and gets the community up in arms about the overuse of force. So these tactics, we saw them with Just Stop Oil. Greta is using the old playbook again, but unfortunately it's just putting her and her crew's lives in danger in a quite dangerous part of the world.
Now this one's interesting. I thought the Libs were reviewing all their policies, that nothing was on the table, everything was up in the air. But we've got Senator Andrew Bragg out today saying they're all gung-ho now about working from home. They think it's a great way to boost productivity. I'm not so sure about that. I haven't seen much productivity from public servants, full stop, let alone if they get to sit at home. But this is, of course, you know, I think something that's up to private businesses. Good luck to them. But Terry Barnes, I don't think that the political class should give up with the Commonwealth Public Service. I think they should have to turn up into an office. And I have to say, you know, this whole work from home is middle class privilege. So many Australians in working class jobs can't work from home in their lounge room on a laptop.
Well, that's right. You can't clear somebody's block drain just sitting in your lounge room, can you?
No, or milk the cow.
Look, I declare an interest. I work from home, and I have for a while because it saved me office costs as a self-employed consultant. But productive, more productive, I don't think so. I think I could do far better working out of an office, to be honest with you. Look, I think Andrew Bragg has done a look at me announcement. It's a full 180 from where they were in the election campaign. But the thing is, it's a privilege, not a right, Peter. You have to actually balance employers' rights with employees' rights. And I think we need to have a conversation about this. The reality is it's there, but we need to be honest about it and recognise that employers actually pay for it. So they're entitled to something in return, especially in terms of productivity, for what they allow to happen.
Let's go to what's happening in Queensland. A coal mine to be blocked. This is the risk over human rights concerns. The Queensland Conservation Council will be relying on the precedent of the 2022 decision from the Queensland Land Court, which rejected Waratah Coal's Galilee mine on the grounds of human rights. Gerard, what do you make of all of this?
So actually, Peter, I think this is one of the most important stories that is developing, because what this would do is set a precedent that allows the courts to then make injunctions and to block future developments based on the kind of social impact that carbon dioxide and other emissions will have on the community. Now, the decision back in 2022, it wasn't challenged, and I think it's really important that the bodies involved this time don't take it lying down, and they really do bring up the fight to this one. I mean, the interesting thing is this wasn't even thermal coal. This was metallurgical coal. Which is used to make steel, which is going to be needed to build the so-called renewable transition, but it's also needed for all of our houses, our infrastructure, our roads, and this just goes to show how anti-human this climate agenda is, because if you dig it, if you grow it out of the ground, if you move it, if you package it, if you transport it, if you manufacture it, if you consume it, you need energy. And any movement that tries to deny that from civilization, that tries to deny that from working people and deny that from our country, that is a fundamentally anti-human agenda.
All right, I want to play something from AFL extraordinaire Eddie Maguire. This is about the AFL in Victoria getting a lot of pressure to overhaul its illicit drugs policy. Have a listen.
I've been to too many funerals. I've seen too many players. It's happening every other week. Wake up and smell the roses, for God's sake. The community does not want to cop this anymore. If there's one thing that the AFL can stand up and do in life is be against drugs. It's killing our community. 3 things in life that you live by if you want to be successful. Don't do drugs, don't do drugs, don't do drugs.
I love this message, Terry. I hate this idea that we just give over it. We do a bit of pill testing. We let people have carte blanche. You can't smoke, but you can use illicit drugs. And the AFL, I might add, they do not pay tax. They've got to do better, surely.
Oh, absolutely, Peter. And certainly, look, I'm a Carlton supporter. And Eddie Maguire, president of Collingwood, or former president of Collingwood, he actually is talking sense. This is a real worry for me. But seriously, Eddie is right. Any drugs policy that does not throw the book at people who do drugs and risk themselves, risk their teammates, risk their club, risk their reputation, they deserve to have the book thrown at them. The AFL needs to take a stand. It needs to worry about the welfare of those players. It needs to worry about the messages it's sending. But clearly they're not, because they're worried about other things, in terms of their gate revenues, in terms of their TV rights, whatever. Focus on the message. Don't do drugs. Eddie is absolutely right.
All right, 5 seconds. John Pizzuto, should he be bailed out by the Liberal Party in Victoria? Terry?
Short answer, privately, yes. Party, no.
Party, no. There you go. I think that you speak for a lot of Liberals in the state.